it's important that people with disabilities are included in leadership decisions is because we can help make positive changes to help our community. I think my voice and other self-advocates' voices are heard, and they're dedicated to making everything better in our community.
Everybody has their own right to make their own decisions, so why not people with disability? Just because they have a disability, or they work differently, or they talk differently, I mean, everybody should have the right to make their own decision after they're adult. And generally what I'm saying is, like, people with disabilities don't get to make their own decisions because they have developmental disabilities. So that's why it's really important that people with disabilities being treated as a human being and given the same right to make decisions for themselves because they know their life best.
It's important that my voice has been shared for others who want to have their voice as well. I learned to come out of my comfort zone. I'm doing way more.
It is really important that self-advocates are leaders, to show leadership, to be learning along the way, to support the service provider that they have and learn from the people with lived experience who receive the services. It's just like being on the board. That is helping the executive director, the rest of the board are there to learn from us, and our voice being included and helping make decisions is a very important role.
Inclusion look like helping other people and including them.
Our ends consultation process begins with the board consulting with our owners, the community. And from those consultations, where they ask things like, what makes a healthy and inclusive community? Where they ask things such as, what are the barriers for people with disabilities to be involved in a healthy and inclusive community? And with that information, they create what we call the ends of Uniti. And our ends are the things that we have to achieve. Those are things like people with disabilities will have employment. People with disabilities will be leaders. And so once those ends have been created, and they can be reviewed and revised, and they are, but once they've been created, the board then tells me, the CEO, you have to achieve these ends. And so self-advocates lead very fulsome, very strong consultations with people we support and staff members. And through those consultations, they decide how well we are achieving our ends, and they come to me with recommendations that we then need to make part of our strategic planning. They also bring them back to the board, and that's where the full circle happens.
The ends meeting is my favorite meeting that we do as a board. It's really important for us to hear from people that we're serving as an organization, and we really do need to hear it from the people who are actually experiencing it.
So it's very important that we have people with disabilities in leadership positions, because they need to have a voice in the decisions that are being made concerning their welfare. And I would like to use myself as an example. As a person of visible minority, it's very important that we have people like me at the table, because it means that our voices are being heard. So when you think about people with disability and the issues that concern them, their welfares, the conversations that need to be held, there is no way you can have those conversations without having their voices at the table.
So the epitome of inclusion is for the people that we serve, are individuals with disabilities, to be leaders in our community. And this demonstrates the power of that, where those individuals that are impacted by those services are part of the evaluation process and report out to those people that have an ability to influence outcomes.
What I have learned is that I can make a change in the lives of everybody at Unity. I can make a difference, and we can make the community better and our goals stronger.